Hey, how are y'all today? Craig of Willie Farms here. Hope y'all are doing good. Glad you're here. Today we are going to take this old Scythe. Now I think it was my dad's. I don't think it was my granddad's because it doesn't have his initials on here. He would always have his initials on any tool he had, and most of the time he painted it in an ugly greenish blue paint to identify his tools. And this does not have his initials anywhere, so I don't think it was his. So I'm thinking it was my dad's. Either way, it's a fairly old piece of equipment. It needs some work. The handles are a little loose. I just discovered it's got left-handed threads on these handles that holds this in place. Plus there's no finish or any oil or anything on this wood. That needs to be taken care of. And then I'm going to need to sharpen this blade if it's going to be used, and I am planning on using this thing. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to try to sharpen it up first, clean it up a little bit, and then we're going to see if we can tighten these handles up. And then later, maybe not today, we're going to put some linseed oil or something on the handles, on the wooden parts. Now, as you can see, the edge is beveled in this direction on this side, and it's got some chunks out of it. Got a lot of rust on it, and it has really not much of an edge on it, so we're going to try to fix that. Now what we're going to be using is just a grinder, because I'm not going to do it with a file. I don't have the time and I don't have the patience. But we're going to be using a grinder, and it's got a sanding disc in it, an 80 grit sanding disc, and that will not heat up the metal near as quick as say a grinding wheel. So we're using these sanding discs so we won't heat up the metal as much. Let's get started. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I usually take my cord and I tie a little knot, just a single hitch, and plug that in. That way it doesn't pull out as easy. Safety glasses on. We're going to use our clear ones so we can see better. Let's clean them off a little bit first. All right, got power. Yes. We have got power. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this. I think maybe you can hold it steady enough and get this cleaned up. Now, that's not heating the metal up. If you were doing that with a grinder, you wouldn't be able to put your hand on that right now. But you can tell it was hand honed at one time. Let's bring a little edge back now. Now these had a fairly steep bevel on them, where you could sit out in the field, take your file with you, do a little cutting, and just file this really quickly and go back to cutting. So that's why that's such a steep bevel on that. I'll try to work on a little bit more of this blade here, not the edge. Just try to get a little of this rust off, see how badly pitted it is. This end here is very pitted. Getting some of that surface rust off. All right, let's take it for a spin. See if we can cut anything with it yet. Well, as you can see, it's not ready to cut yet. It's got to be a really sharp blade to cut this grass. That's the way that people used to mow the yards. I'd be in poor shape if I had to do my yard right now with this. All right, it's gonna have some more work. Let's try it again. If I knew how to operate it a little better, I think it would be working. Definitely cutting the grass. Look at that. All right, so these handles are, that one's a little loose. Try to tighten that up a little bit. That's all right. We'll go with that one. This one is loose, and it's a left-handed thread. Careful, don't break it. Still got a little movement. I think that'll be all right though. All right, now I don't have any linseed oil, but mineral oil will work on this. Apply it about once a year, something like that. Linseed oil, probably the next time I go over it will be linseed oil. So I've got an old sock. Well, it's clean too. Okay. Mineral oil down there where that nut's gonna sit. Now one of these days I'll take this completely apart, completely refinish it. But I am planning on using this thing pretty soon, so I'm thinking this may be a mistake putting this mineral oil on the handle right now. But I think this wood is dry enough it's gonna soak it right up. It's not gonna be a problem. This handle's got a crack in it, so that concerns me. Now, I told you that blue-green paint my grandfather used to do. There is some on there, so that may have been his. But it's not a real old one because, like I said, it's got hex bolts on it and not square bolts. It's also got a marking. I'm going to see if I can get a photo of it. Any of y'all can tell me what it is, let me know. Well, there it is. It's not completely finished, but I've got a pretty good edge on there. I've coated it with a linseed oil. I've repaired that top handle where it's tight now. And I think I'm ready to try it out. Will y'all leave me some comments, see what you think about that, and if you can recognize those markings that I took a picture of, if you can identify those, please let me know. As always, any comments are welcome. We are glad you stopped by here. And remember, count your blessings every day. And I believe you will find you're blessed far beyond measure. I know that I am. God bless. Bye.